if we can do this, anybody can do this. And I know I was sitting right where you were, Julie was sitting right where you were, and we thought, how are we going to build a team to generate 5,000 points on the left and 5,000 points on the right? Now, Julie and I were both very educated employees. Anybody else here an educated employee? Right? We're educated in the 45-year plan, we like to call it. Well, we work so hard and we spend so much money getting loans to do that job. So now it's time to do that for ourselves, right? So Julie has a master's degree in architecture. I have a master's degree in education. And what that got us was a bunch of debt, right? It got us a long work day and a 45-year work schedule where at the end there was no promise really to have a retirement. So I met Julie, one of the best people I've tried to recruit in my life. Definitely the best person I've tried to recruit. But I met Julie, and she lost her job in the architecture field 2 months before I met her. So she got her dream job, coming right out of college, moved to Maryland because of that dream job, and 2 months later she met me after she lost that job. So basically last one in, first one out with the bad economy. At that present time, I was working at a private school teaching music. And all of you know what happens to the music budget when the economy crashes. The music budget crashes. So because I was a dynamic music teacher and the kids, tolerated me, I actually was asked to leave 4 times because of budget cuts. But then because I was dynamic and the parents liked me, they tried to beg and get me to go back. So 4 years in a row, my salary was cut at the end of the school year. And all summer I had to beg them to keep me, and then at the end of the school year they kept me. And then I got my master's degree. When I got my master's degree, now they had to pay me more. So guess what they did?
They got you.
Goodbye, Mr. Vandeman. We're going to get someone that's cheaper, right? So, but good thing God blessed us by 2 years before introducing me to the unfranchised business system. And that was a humongous blessing to me. I was looking, but I wasn't really looking. And what I found was a system that I could learn. I was educated in the education in the job field. I had no experience. Julie had no experience with owning your own business. So what I did is I tried to do it my own way first. Has anyone tried to do this business your own way? You can admit it, okay? The faster you admit that, the faster you can correct yourself. At that point, it took me a whole year, 12 months, to do a very, very little bit in this business because I was doing it Tim's way. But then it wasn't working, so I decided at a convention. I was in Miami at a February convention, and I saw everybody walking across stage, and they were making all this money. And they were just, average employees like I was. And I said, how did they do it? So I was irritated. And I decided I wanted to ask the right questions and figure out what I was doing wrong. So I met a certain guy. Does anyone know Danny Canoeus in this room? You got it. Danny Canoeus. I met him in the hallway, and I was irritated. And I looked him in the eye, and I said, I want to be successful. How do I be successful? And he looked at me, and he said, are you coachable? And I said, I'm coachable. And he said, are you serious that you're coachable? And I said, I'm coachable. And so he told me, if you're really coachable, then I will coach you. And I was coachable. And from that point on, I have listened to whatever he told me to do. And the key with this business is desire. Because you're not going to be coachable until you have a true desire. So once you have a true desire, you're going to listen to how to build your attitude knowledge. How do you do that? Listen to audios every single day. It's very simple. When you're working out. When you're coachable, you're going to read your goals more than they tell you to read your goals. When you're coachable, you're going to market the products. We want